Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be looking at something brand new to this channel, and I've never reviewed any kit like this before. We're going to be looking at the Voopoo Finic Fish device. Now what makes the Finic Fish different to most other devices is that it's a pod device. Now some of you may already know, but just in case you haven't seen a pod device before, I'm just going to give you a little rundown of how they work. So generally pod devices come as quite small and sleek looking devices, very easily fit in your pocket. And generally the way they work is they are a low power device that don't have a tank on top. Rather than having a tank, they have a plastic pod. Now the pods have the coils pre-installed and are generally refillable, although there are some brands which come with pre-filled liquid pods. But the one we're going to be looking at today is a refillable pod. So these pods have the coils inside, you simply fill up your plastic pod, snap it into your device, and then you're ready to go. Most pod devices don't have any buttons, so they're activated simply by taking a puff. But then again, some do, and they'd activate like a normal vape device just by pressing the button on the front. The benefit to pod devices is that they're quite small and discreet looking kits, and they fit really easily in your pocket. They generally don't have the longest battery life, but that tends to be made up for considering they don't put out a lot of power. So even a small battery capacity can keep you vaping all day. And very simply, once your coil burns out, you don't have to worry about changing any coils in there. You simply throw your pod away, fill up a new one, and snap it in. It's as simple as that. So now we've gone over how pod devices generally work, let's take a deep down and look at this Finic Fish device. First, let's open up the box and see everything you get with it. So here we have the Voopoo Finic Fish box. I've already taken the cellophane off. You've got your nicotine warnings, a little bit of information and contents on the back. It's quite simple, quite sleek packaging, so let's crack this open and have a look, shall we? So first up in here you get your warranty card and user manual in this nice neat little envelope. Then we've got micro USB charging cable, standard stuff. Then we have the kit itself. It comes with the Voopoo Finic Fish device. You've got your micro USB in the bottom here. Lovely design, really nice matted finish on these. And we have of course the Voopoo Finic Fish pod. Now you only get one pod with the device, and the magnet pops it right down into there, and as you can see when I put it in, a little green light to show you that it's connected. Really nice looking piece of kit here. So now we've taken a look inside the box, let's go through the specifications of this kit. The Finic Fish device is a 350 mAh internal battery that can be charged with micro USB on the side. Now fret not, I know 350 mAh doesn't sound a lot, but the Finic Fish doesn't use a lot of wattage, and so I find I can actually get a full day out of that. And as long as you're getting a day out of it, I see that as a worthwhile investment. The pods themselves are 2 mil in capacity, this stays within the TPD regulations, and it's a 1.6 ohm coil inside there. Sadly, this is the only option for coil you get, but it produces a really nice hit, so I'm not too mad about that. Now there are no buttons on the device at all, and one indication light, making it a very simple and easy kit to use. Basically how it works, by putting your pod in, your device is now on and is going to stay on in a standby, so it's not really going to use any power. And as soon as you take a puff, that puff will activate it, turning it on and starting to power it up, letting you vape freely. I'll show you how that works. I'm a fan of devices like this because they really make vaping simple and convenient. I've personally been using pod devices for the past about 6 months consistently myself, and I'm completely set on them. So now the juice that I'm going to be using today is Element's Honey Roast Tobacco. It's a 20 mg nicotine salt juice and a personal favourite of mine. So I can see how it differs between using the Finic Fish and my usual device. So considering the simplicity of this kit, that's about all the specifications there are. So let's have a go on it and see how it vapes. So what I like about the Finic Fish is it has a very tight draw. This means you can mouth to lung it, or if you leave a little gap in your mouth, you can take a full direct lung hit too. Considering the power of the kit, it produces a really nice amount of vapour with a full bodied flavour, and it's an incredibly smooth hit. Even using 20 mg, I'm getting no burning or harshness in the back of my throat. The Finic Fish is full of flavour, and I feel like I'm getting a little more sweetness than I do out of this juice with my usual device. It's quite impressive how such a small thing can produce such a dense and flavoursome vapour. I'm really impressed with the Finic Fish, and I'm finding it hard to pick some faults in it. But if I had to say any gripes, one of them would be that it doesn't stand up flat. Now I know that's only a small thing, but personally, once I've filled in my juice, I like to let it sit for a few minutes to prime. And ideally, I'd like the kit to stand up straight so I know that the juice is sitting directly on the cotton. But that being said, if you filled it up all the way, having it flat is still going to be reaching it and you're going to have no issues. Really, my only other gripe about this kit would be the 350 mAh battery. Now 350 mAh isn't a lot as we all know, but it does go a long way in pod devices. That being said, there are devices of similar size that do have a much larger battery in comparison, and so it would be more of a benefit if they could fit a little more battery capacity in here. But after using this kit for roughly a week, I find that 350 easily lasts me a day, so it's not too much of a problem. As long as I remember to charge it overnight, that is. As someone who uses pod devices on a regular basis myself, the Finic Fish is really ticking all my boxes. It's got a nice strong flavour to it, which is something that you can find lacking in a few other pod devices. It's terribly smooth and it looks amazing. So all in all, I'm incredibly impressed with the Finic Fish. It's got everything I look for from a pod device. I would prefer a bit of a larger battery, but at $17.95 price point, you really can't complain too much. It's definitely one that's going to last you all day. You just got to remember to charge it overnight. So with all that, if I had to rate it, I think I'd probably give the Finic Fish a 9 out of 10. It's got to be easily the best pod device I've tried around this sort of price point. It's quite powerful as far as pod devices go, and the flavour definitely hits the spot. It can be easily used for a mouth-to-lung hit or a direct lung hit, and it just looks phenomenal. It's got a really nice matted finish to it, and I'm a big fan of how mod looks and feels. But as for me, that's about all I have time for today, guys, so thank you for watching, and I hope you can catch us next week for another review. Take care, guys.